Here's why Jon Snow sacrificed everything for the North. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westeros lore. Let's begin. In the world of Westeros, loyalty, honor, and sacrifice define true leadership. Few characters embody these qualities better than Jon Snow, the man who grew from an outsider at Winterfell to the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, the King in the North, and the savior of the realm. Jon Snow's journey is one of constant sacrifice. From abandoning personal desires to putting the lives of others above his own, Jon consistently prioritized duty over ambition. His sacrifices were never for personal glory, wealth, or power. They were for the greater good, especially for the North, a region steeped in harsh winters, fierce loyalty, and unyielding traditions. In this video, we'll explore why Jon Snow sacrificed everything for the North. We'll dive into his upbringing, his moral compass, his battles, and the pivotal choices that defined him as a leader. From defending the wall against the undead to standing against threats both internal and external, Jon Snow's story is a testament to selflessness and unwavering commitment. Through these sacrifices, Jon not only preserved the North but also set a standard of leadership that transcended personal ambition. This is the story of a man who gave up everything he could have had to protect a land and a people that shaped his identity and demanded his loyalty. Jon Snow's sacrifices for the North were rooted in his Stark upbringing. Raised at Winterfell as the supposed illegitimate son of Ned Stark, Jon grew up under the influence of the Stark values: honor, loyalty, and duty. Despite the stigma of being a bastard, Jon internalized the responsibilities that came with his Stark upbringing. He learned that leadership meant protecting those who could not protect themselves and putting the needs of the many above the desires of the few. These lessons guided every decision he made in life. Even when Jon left Winterfell to join the Night's Watch, he carried the North in his heart. He understood that the North was more than a territory. It was a people, a culture, and a family. Every choice he made at the Wall, every alliance he forged, and every battle he fought reflected this deep connection to his homeland. His Stark values demanded sacrifice. He gave up personal comfort, recognition, and safety to serve a cause greater than himself. This willingness to endure hardship for the North would define his entire journey, setting him apart from leaders who sought power for ambition rather than service. The Night's Watch and duty beyond self. Jon's first major sacrifice came when he joined the Night's Watch. The Wall is a place of exile, a frontier of danger, and a bastion against the horrors beyond. For Jon, the Wall was not a punishment, it was a calling. As a brother of the Night's Watch, Jon faced the impossible, defending the realm from threats that few understood or believed existed. He risked his life time and time again, battling the undead, confronting traitors, and standing as a moral compass for men who were often cynical, cruel, or cowardly. Jon's decisions were guided not by glory, but by duty. He allied with the wildlings, risking his position and reputation to save lives. He led expeditions beyond the Wall, confronting danger with courage and foresight. Each act reflected a profound understanding. The North, and by extension, all of Westeros, was worth sacrifice. Even when faced with internal dissent, Jon maintained his principles. He upheld the oath of the Night's Watch while navigating impossible moral dilemmas, demonstrating that true leadership requires courage, empathy, and unwavering commitment to a greater cause. The King in the North. After his time at the Wall, Jon's sacrifices became even more pronounced when he was declared king in the North. The North is a land that values loyalty, honor, and resilience, and its people demand leaders who embody these traits. As king, Jon faced immense pressure. He could have pursued his personal ambitions or sought power for its own sake, but he remained focused on the safety and well-being of his people. He made difficult choices, including forging alliances with southern rulers and Daenerys Targaryen, knowing that compromise was necessary to protect the North from existential threats. Jon's sacrifices were personal as well. He set aside his own desires for love, comfort, and recognition to ensure that his people survived. By putting the North above himself, he earned the respect and loyalty of his people, even when those decisions were unpopular or dangerous. Facing the Night King. Jon Snow's greatest sacrifice came during the war against the Night King and the Army of the Dead. The threat was unprecedented, and the stakes were nothing less than survival itself. Jon put himself in constant danger, leading from the front, fighting alongside his men, and making strategic decisions that often risked his life. He united the North, the South, and even Daenerys' forces to confront a common enemy. What makes Jon's leadership extraordinary is that he did not act for glory or recognition. Every decision was made with the North's survival in mind. He sacrificed his own safety, comfort, and even political advantage to ensure that the living could prevail. This unwavering commitment highlights why Jon's leadership was defined by sacrifice, love, loyalty, and difficult choices. Jon's personal sacrifices extended to his relationships. His love for Daenerys Targaryen forced him into impossible moral dilemmas. He had to balance his personal feelings with the responsibility to protect the North. Ultimately, Jon made the heart-wrenching decision to confront and ultimately kill Daenerys to prevent further destruction. This act was not motivated by ambition or vengeance. It was a sacrifice made to save his people. By choosing the North and the realm over love, Jon demonstrated the depth of his commitment to duty and leadership. His loyalty to the North demanded that he prioritize the greater good above his own desires. Every personal loss he endured, every moral compromise he faced, reinforced his role as a leader willing to sacrifice everything for the land he loved. The weight of leadership. Being a leader in Westeros is never easy. Jon's choices illustrate the profound burden of responsibility. He constantly faced moral and strategic dilemmas, balancing survival, honor, and the well-being of his people. His sacrifices extended beyond personal loss. Jon navigated political alliances, internal rebellions, and external threats, all while maintaining his integrity. Each decision required him to put the North's interests above his own, often at great personal cost. Unlike rulers driven by ambition, Jon's leadership was defined by selflessness. He bore the weight of the North not for power or glory, but because it was the right thing to do. This selflessness is what made him one of the most respected and effective leaders in Westeros. Legacy and the North's survival. Jon Snow's sacrifices ensured the survival of the North and preserved its culture and traditions. By putting duty above personal ambition, he unified disparate groups, strengthened alliances, and defended his people from existential threats. His legacy is one of honor, courage, and selflessness. The North remains free, resilient, and united because Jon chose to put the needs of the many above his own. Every battle he fought, every alliance he forged, and every person